Hey, good morning. Good morning. This is Coffee Break on Coffee with Democrats. I'm Kevin Dawson, and I am coming to you live from the Cleveland County Democratic Office on Gray Street in downtown Norman. Let me tell you, folks, now is an exciting time to be a Democrat in Oklahoma and all the way across the United States. But I can tell you firsthand right here in Norman, Oklahoma, we have had so much activity every single day. I show up here about 9 a.m. every morning before the office actually opens at 10. And there's people that are following me in the door as soon as I get here. I've already had 4 people today buying signs. They're also buying merchandise. We got some T-shirts. We've got some buttons. We've got bumper stickers. We've got some stuff. We're sold out of a lot of it because we've sold so much of it. But we still have plenty of signs for political candidates in Cleveland County and the Harris Wall signs. So if you're in the vicinity of Norman and you want to get a sign, come on down. We ask for a $20 donation to take the sign. Again, that $20 donation helps the Cleveland County Democrats support fellow Democrats and candidates throughout the Cleveland County area and District 4 for Democrats. So District 4 is the central corridor, basically I-35, and goes west to Lawton. So anyway, just keep that in mind. If you're in the area, come on by. Now today, we had to kind of change things around a little bit. And bear with me. We were supposed to have Julia Kirt, Senator Julia Kirt, who's going to be in January, going to be the Senate Minority Leader, taking over for Kay Floyd. But she had something come up and she had to reschedule, and we're going to reschedule her to another date soon. So keep that on the list. But today I had a couple of things that I wanted to share with you. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is a video that we showed, that I saw this morning that was put out by the Harris Walls team. So here we go. I'm going to pull that one up here.
I've never slept a full night my entire life. I was 5 years old when my stepfather abused me for the first time. I just felt like I was alone on a planet with a monster. I was 12 when he impregnated me. I just remember thinking, I have to get out of my skin. I can't be me right now. Like, this can't be it. I didn't know what to do. I was a child. I didn't know what it meant to be pregnant at all. But I had options. Because Donald Trump overturned Roe v. Wade, girls and women all over the country have lost the right to choose, even for rape or incest. Donald Trump did this. He took away our freedom.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
So, folks, that was a very touching video this morning that we saw that just came out this morning on the Harris Walls. It touched me to the point where I was brought to tears this morning because of what happened to this young woman when she was a child. And just knowing what Donald Trump has done to her is absolutely the worst thing that we could do to anybody. But let me also share with you, something that I put together this morning. So if you're a Democrat, you think we're winning, then we're losing. That mindset must always be that we have to work harder and do more. However, be optimistic and never give up. Challenge the Trump cult and its members, but the real work is the undecided voters. The undecided voters need to be our focus every hour of every day. Be optimistic and enthusiastic to your undecided friends and family members about the Harris tax plan, which will help everyone who makes under $1 million, the child tax credit, small business tax relief, first home owner tax relief, no taxes on tips, etc. But the most important issues is save our democracy, save women's rights. Women are people with Democrats. That's the way we treat them. Is that they are equals to everybody within the Democratic Party. MAGAs think that women are property. That's a fact. Protect our veterans. Sorry about that. But let's protect our veterans. Let's protect our military, end racism, protect our individual faith rights. Our privilege can be shared. Let's embrace our immigrants and our vast diversity. Let's embrace that. Support Democrats down the ballot too. Saving our government isn't just a top endeavor. It's a bottom up from school boards, city council, county, district, and state proposition. We have to try to do everything we can to support Democrats at every level. Remember, what makes America great is when we see a brighter future from the bottom up and the middle out. Trickle down hurts everyone except the wealthy. So let's reject welfare for the rich that Trump wants. Run the race all the way through November 5th. We cannot stop short. Remember what we did in 2016? We fell short. We cannot allow that to happen again. So I've got one more video that I'm going to share with you this morning. And that's we're going to go back and we're going to revisit a conversation that we had with Erin Brewer for Oklahoma Senate District 47, which you'll watch this conversation, and let's do what we can to support her. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee Break on Coffee with Democrats. We have got a special guest with us today, a very special guest and a good friend of ours that we've had on Coffee with Democrats before, Erin Brewer, running for Oklahoma Senate District 47. Good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, Kevin. I am great. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
And to just familiarize people with your area where you live, your district 47, kind of give us a little boundary about where that is.
I would be happy to. So this is West Edmond and Northwest Oklahoma City. So if you know the Kilpatrick Turnpike and Quail Springs Mall, you can picture this district. It's a really nice little rectangle that runs from Broadway, right where downtown Edmond, old downtown Edmond begins, and goes west following the turnpike. 178th or Edmond Road is the northern boundary. So it goes from Broadway all the way west to County Line Road.
Okay.
And then the southern boundary jogs a little bit. So it goes back east along 122nd. So you get to Quail Creek neighborhood, and it picks that up around May and the Parkway. So it goes down to Hefner. And then comes back across Memorial all the way to Broadway.
Well, you know, it's so fun to talk with you, and it's so fun to talk with all the candidates. And one of the things with this new format, you know, with the coffee break, is I want to turn it over to you, and let's find out what's going on in your neck of the prairie.
Okay, so we talked about kind of the boundaries of this district. Senate District 47 is an open seat, and we have a real opportunity to flip a seat and bring some balance to our state capital. So a couple of really, I think, important geographical and demographic points. There are 5 public school districts that touch in this Senate district. Edmond and Deer Creek Public Schools are the largest, but Piedmont, Putnam City, and Oklahoma City Public Schools all have a little piece of Senate District 47. And so public education is really important to the voters here. It's very suburban. Most folks live here for the public schools. And we know both from just some polling data and also from all the doors we've knocked that public education is a top issue for voters when they go to their polling places here in this area. And so that's pretty cool. And the other thing that I think is exciting to me is that this district is so well balanced. So when you look at voter registrations, about half is Republican, and the other half is Democrats and Independents, and they're only divided by about maybe 500 votes. It's almost a perfect purple mix here.
Right.
People vote purple ballots. They tend to cross party lines where they need to, and there's a lot of alignment of values. And so in an open seat, with Ryan Walters as a resident of this district and these great public schools, we have a real opportunity here, and we've really got to take advantage of it. So I would love the support of your listeners.
Oh, absolutely. The folks on Coffee with Democrats, they love to support our Democrats all over the nation, and particularly here in Oklahoma. So it's so fun to have you on Coffee with Democrats and talk about that. And really, isn't this an exciting year to be a Democrat?
Absolutely it is. It's joyful over here, and it is fun. And the thing I would love to encourage our local Democrats is be proud of being a Democrat. And we need to do more talking about that. We need to be more upfront about the things we value and why, not to be argumentative or divisive, but just because we share the values that the majority of our neighbors and friends share. We want great teachers in our public school classrooms, and we want good paying jobs and economic opportunity for our families. We want to see our local businesses grow and succeed. We want access to health care. We want safe communities and safe roads to drive on. These are the basics. We want to uphold the Constitution. Imagine that. These are the things that we value and that we want to see our elected officials support. And so we should be talking about it. I meet too many Democrats when I knock doors. By the way, I volunteers and I have knocked 25,000 doors in this district so far. And I will say, this is happening less often, but I meet Democrats all the time that will tell me at their door, I think I'm the only one here in my neighborhood. And they're not. There's so many of you. So we just need to be more joyful and proud about being a Democrat. And it is a fun time to be a Democrat right now.
Yes, I agree. And I put up the iwillvote.com because I know you talk to all of the people about, hey, check your registration, make sure you're registered, because we've had a lot of people in the state of Oklahoma that have been purged. We want to make sure that they're ready to go. So you can talk a little bit about that while I got the banner up there.
Perfect. Voting is such a privilege, and this particular year is extra special in my household. My son turned 18 last month. I've been taking my kids to the polls with me literally since they were infants. My daughter was 2 weeks old in 2008 when we had a presidential election, and she sat in her little baby buggy for 3 hours while we stood in line. So they've been going to the polls with me since before they can remember. And my son gets to vote for the first time this year, and he is thrilled to have a ballot with a presidential race and his mom on the ballot. And I think it's pretty darn cool. He does too. And it's not often that we agree on what is cool. So that's a win. But from the very beginning of launching this campaign, I included a link to Oklahoma's voter registration portal right on the homepage of my website. We've got to do a better job, particularly in Oklahoma, of getting people to the polls, making sure we're registered. Only half of Oklahomans who are eligible to be registered are even officially registered. So we all know someone that needs to register to vote. And when you're 17 and a half, you should be signing up. So I try to make it easy on my website.
And I've got your website there on the banner for everybody to see and be able to go right directly to your website. And we had the iwillvote.com that was on there earlier, but you've also got a link within your website. So we're hitting it on all cylinders. We're just making sure everybody understands that this is such an important year. We can't sit it out. One of the statistics that is so disturbing for me to read is that we've got a population of 4 million people. Approximately 2 million people are registered to vote. And of those 2 million people who are registered to vote, approximately 1 million people are only participating, which leaves 1 million people or over 1 million people out and doing nothing. And that's just so disturbing, because really the people who feel like, all right, I can't vote, it's not going to matter. Really, if they would have voted, the outcomes would have been a lot different. You know, totally. That's what's so amazing to me. And we got to encourage that. I've got an op-ed that should be coming out in the Oklahoman pretty soon, explaining to people, do what's responsible. Go ahead and vote. Don't let these people tell you that your vote doesn't count, because it actually does. And that's what's important about your race, is because just like you're talking about, you're in a purple district. People really need to come out and support you, because if they sit at home, they're going to give it to someone else. When
That's
in
right.
fact, if they go ahead.
And this someone else in my race supports Ryan Walters. He supports our abortion ban. I mean, we've seen extreme things happening in Oklahoma, and I have an extreme opponent. So participation is really important. I can't stress it enough. I'm so glad you're talking about it.
Well, and I shouldn't be the one talking about it. This is your opportunity to talk, and I'm talking over you, and I don't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
No, you're doing great. I love this conversation.
Well, good. Well, talk to us a little bit about, how people can help you at this point. What are some of the most important things where people can help you in your campaign? We're down to 2 months until the election. What is it? 63 days, I think it is.
Yeah, today is the 5th, so 2 months from today. Exactly. Right. Yeah. Okay, so there are several ways. And as a candidate, you're either raising votes or raising money. That's what you're doing. So a contribution really makes a big difference. We are about $50,000 away from our goal. We have a really incredible strategic plan to turn out the right voters and to reach them, and to help people feel permission to cross party lines if they need to make the right choice in this election. So a contribution is going to be a really good investment here in District 47. And that can be big or small. It all matters, and it does help. And then we got to reach voters with our faces and our voices and our feet. So whether you're knocking doors with me or driving someone who's willing to knock, that makes a huge difference. I've got a team they're texting voters, reminding them right now we're reminding voters about their absentee ballots. We're talking to folks who we know typically vote by mail, and we'll continue doing that right up through the time we need to be mailing those back. So there are lots of ways to get involved. On my website, you can both donate. There's a link on the screen, but you can contribute on the website, and you can sign up to be a volunteer on the website. We make that pretty easy. If you live here in the district, I'd love to put a sign in your yard. That'd be great. And we just order it on the website. We'll get it delivered to you. And the last thing I would say is that folks' personal influence is so powerful, and I can't buy that. So following the campaign on social media, sharing posts, and then being willing to have those conversations with your neighbors or your friends who live in this part of town, that validation of me as a candidate from a friend or family member that they respect is truly powerful. And I would love that support too.
So for the neighbors that are in the House, or excuse me, the Senate District 47, think of this. If you're a Republican and you decide to vote for Erin, you're not a Democrat. You're a patriot. You're a patriot for helping keep somebody who has your values, the traditional values of the American values, not this ultra right-wing, Christian fascism or Christian nationalism that is going on, but somebody who has your absolute traditional values. And that's what's so important. We got to keep people involved. We got to keep people excited. And Erin, it is so great to see you. Oh my gosh. You're such a wonderful person. You're a fantastic person. You're the absolute best person for the job up there. And we really want people to support you. So thanks for coming on Coffee Break on Coffee with Democrats. Before we go, I just want to open it up. If there's anything that I'm missing before we take off, give you an opportunity to talk about it.
Well, the thing I would end with is this is the most flippable seat in the state of Oklahoma this cycle. So if you're looking for a place to give or help with your time, I would love it. I can't wait to meet your friends. Kevin, thank you for this opportunity. Thanks for doing this show and letting me come on and be with you. I love it.
Well, I appreciate you, and we really support you 100%. We endorse you. Everything that we can to help you out, we're going to do it. So everybody, we thank you for joining us on Coffee with Democrats, our coffee break on Coffee with Democrats show this morning, and supporting Erin Brewer for Senate District 47 up in the West Edmond area and North Oklahoma City area. So please, everybody, continue to support her. The website is on the screen right there in front of you. So please help out. However, yes, I like that. Please do whatever you can to help out and make a plan. Commit right now. Commit to voting. Commit that you will take the time off on November 5th. If you have to take time off from work, commit to having a transportation plan to get there. Get there early. Stay there late. Do not leave until your vote is counted, and make your voice heard. That is the most important message we can give to everybody. Everybody, thanks for being on Coffee with Democrats. And Erin, I love seeing you again. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Kevin. Have a good one. See you soon.
All right. Take care, everybody. Until tomorrow, please be safe.
And now we turn to democracy in the United States.
Well, thank you for joining us this morning on Coffee with Democrats. That was our show with Erin Brewer. We appreciate everybody rewatching that show with us. Tomorrow's show we're supposed to have live. We may even have her here in person. Is Annie Mins from Oklahoma House District 40. Let me look at this again. 44, I believe it is. So we're looking forward to having her with us tomorrow. And until then, everybody, please be safe. And we apologize for the glitchy video that's going on today. Apparently, there's something going on with our internet provider that we weren't aware of until after we got started. So again, until tomorrow, everybody, please be safe. Thanks for joining us on Coffee Break with Coffee with Democrats.